Hey everybody, it's the interview queen Alicia too here, and it is my absolute pleasure to welcome you all to my interview with Austin Gunn. Hi.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
Hello, hello. How are you? How have you been?
I'm doing great. The last time we spoke, I think, was at All In.
Yeah, the
I
very
think,
first
yeah,
one, which is
yeah, very
crazy.
first one. Yeah, that was awesome.
It was so much fun. I interviewed you, your dad. We got into some stories. I feel like both of you didn't even know about one another. It was a very interesting conversation,
Yeah, I
definitely.
think that was the first interview, like legit one I've ever been on. So you were interviewing him, and I was trying to butt in. It was just a disaster. So I told him to stay home. Now it's my time to shine. I finally
Right.
have the spotlight. So
Well, how are you holding up over there with everything going on right now? I know it's kind of thrown a spanner in the works, the fact that we've been living through a pandemic for quite some time. So,
yeah,
how are you doing with all that?
it's been a weird year, but we've made it work. I found my little niche in the crowd. If you've been tuning in every Wednesday, I'm just the cheerleader of AEW now. So we've been making it work for the fans at home. Hopefully, the energy I bring on the screen can make them feel more at home since they can't be at the shows.
Right.
But we've been doing really well with it. So we've been allowing fans to come in just one little bit at a time. So it's been great, but it's
Well,
been hard.
we'll definitely get into some more AEW talk, but before we do, some people are, of course, turning to baking, others gaming, some to just lots of television since we have so much more downtime than usual. So, what have you kind of
Yes.
found your vices have been?
Yeah, so I just talked to Kip Sabian about this the other day because I play so many video games, but I don't know how to stream. I mean, I think that's the new thing nowadays is just watching people play games. And I've always like tuned into Ninja when he first got started. I was like, well, that's not going to ever blow up. I don't need to do that. But I just talked to him the other day and I was like, how do I get this started? Because
Right.
that's all I do. I go to the shows, I do my thing. And then when I come home, I'm working out. And then in my downtime, I'm either creating music or I get on video games. I love all that stuff. So hopefully I can figure that out and get that started for everybody.
When people game, they're either super competitive or they do it just for the fun and love of it. So, which of the two categories do you fall into?
So I usually play with my brother sometimes. We always played
Okay.
when we were little and he always used to beat me. So whenever somebody's here, whether it's my roommate or my brother, we always just get really competitive about it, whether it's like NBA 2K or whatever it is. But other than that, I just play the computer, play my player and work on my career, play Call of Duty with my friends in other states. So it's a little mixture of both. It's like whenever I'm around people, it's competitive, game on. But other than that, I just play for enjoyment.
I feel like that's the sweet spot though. And
Yeah, yeah,
I'm glad
exactly.
you mentioned enjoyment there because you mentioned music, which is something I know you happen to enjoy. So how long have you actually been writing and creating for? Because I feel like a lot of people just know you for the wrestling, but there's a whole other side of creativity there.
Yeah, there's a whole nother box that I haven't opened up to the public yet. And I've been doing this since my freshman year of college. So a long while now. And I started off in my closet and I was working on GarageBand that I have on my Apple computer when it first came out. And I did research, I got a mic for it. And I've always just been interested in music in general. I love Drake, I love Weekend, I like the nighttime vibey sounds like Party Next Door, OVO sound. So over the years, I've really mastered it, I think, or at least in
Oh,
my opinion. I'm not mastered it, but I've really gotten into a groove where I know my writing process, how to create music, where I want to go. I'm not all over the place now. And then I started with freestyling with my friends, and they were like, "Hey, you should start freestyling." Like, oh, whatever. And I was like, "All right, I'll give it a shot." And I found out I was really good at it. So then I started putting beats on in the radio and then on my car, and I was like, "Wait, I love doing this. It's like a sense of therapy for me."
right.
And then I just started putting it on tracks and recording my music and recording my voice and like really messing with all the engineer and software stuff with that. And then my roommate started getting into music, so I've helped him write, create ideas for his album, and he finally dropped his new album. And we had a kind of a 50-50 creative process with that. And
Very cool.
he makes his songs, he brings them to me, and then I give my input or I help him write lyrics and stuff like that. So now I think I'm going to take the step in the direction of just finally opening up my side of the music to everybody, because I've always kept it like kind of inside and just for my own enjoyment. But I this year I've kind of just I want to open it up to everybody else and let them see that other side of me. So
Well, I'm looking forward to the moment something's released, so we can definitely check
Yeah.
that out. And
Yeah, absolutely.
you brought up being great at freestyling there. So is there any way you could kind of give like a very quick, like 5, 10
No, no,
freestyle?
no, no, no,
Come
no, no, no.
on, man.
No, no, no. One step at a time. Let me get my foot in the door
Fine.
publicly. But yeah, I wish I would. But hey, next time you see me, I'm telling you, put on a little beat on your phone. I'll do it
Okay.
live. We can record it and everything.
Interview round two. I'm gonna hold you. I'm holding
That's
you
the
to
only
that.
question I wasn't ready for right there, was if you're gonna have me go on the spot. Uh, no, but next time, I promise.
Awesome. Well, I did mention how we would get into some AEW talk. So we of course had recently, kind of brought up how we met backstage at All In a few years back. And I
Hmm.
remember you really wanting to start performing on bigger shows because that was such a huge showing for everyone
Yeah.
on that card. So what was it like for you the moment that AEW did actually get in touch and it was official? They're like, hey, we want you to not only be a part of the show, but we want to really bring you on and sign you.
Yeah, I mean, I just take it back to All In really quick. It was just I didn't know I was in that show until maybe 7 hours before the show started. I
I
was just
remember you
there to
mentioning it.
support, yeah, just to support my dad and be there for him. We had an indie show to do the day before, so I was there. We did the indie show together, and then he was gonna take the reins on All In. And then 7 hours before, he didn't tell me, but he reached out and was like, "Hey, I really want Austin to feel what it's like to be in front of that many people and see just what it feels like. Just go through them, like all that stuff." And he got it approved and told me, and it was just unreal. And the whole show from start to beginning, I was just so locked in, and it ended up working out really well for me. And then I got the opportunity to debut January 1st for AEW. And from there, it was just off to the races. I just felt so at home at AEW. I mean, I'm wrestling with my dad. I get the knowledge of just being with him 24/7, whether that's in the gym, asking him questions. I mean, I get to be in the ring with him and see what a real match is supposed to feel like, and the chemistry and the movement and everything. And I am so lucky to be in the position I'm in. And it all came from just All In and him asking if I could be in there for that one moment. But that one moment turned into where I am
Everything
now.
else.
So yeah, it's just super cool how that door kind of just opened a little bit, and I didn't look back. I kind of just put my head down and did the work. And um, I don't know. I'm just speechless whenever I get asked that question, because I'm looking back at it and I try to relate it to other people. And it's just like, that was a 1 out of 1 opportunity and I took it. So that's it.
It's amazing to see how much has changed in those 2 years because back then, obviously, it was singles, and now we do see you in the Gun Club. And I was curious what it was like first, kind of getting into wrestling and having your dad who was just a wealth of knowledge, but at the same time, it must have been a little intimidating thinking, like, hey, he does know everything. Like, I can't necessarily step on toes, or
Yeah.
like, it's hard to not mess up in front of him. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Nowadays we have a healthy balance of some things I'm just going to do my way, and I'll learn by either doing them and they work out and it's great, or I'll do them and they don't work out. And but that's the beauty of learning, is you have to be able to put yourself out there and fail and try new things, to look back after the match or whatever it is and go, that didn't work out. I felt like an idiot out there.
yep.
Never do that again. And that actually happened. I think it was one of our matches on Dark. He let me put the
Okay.
whole thing together. We went out there, blah, blah, blah. He's like, hey, just let me know what I got to do and we'll do it. I was like, all right, I got this. I got this. And I was super confident all day. I was like, boom, boom, boom. So what we're going to do, we went out there and it all went from here to the dirt. It was just terrible. And the whole time I was looking at him and he
Oh
was just shaking his head.
no.
But after the match, he took me to the side and goes, okay, I didn't want to say anything when you were putting it together. I didn't want to say anything here and there. But that's a situation where you have to try new things. He has to let me be me.
Of course.
I'm
Then you
not going
learn
to
from
be,
it.
yeah, I'm not going to be perfect. And I know I'm the son of a gun, but I mean, I got to learn on my own and try new things. So that's what I'm trying to do, and put my pieces together and find myself. I think relating back to music, I think that will also open up kind of my own path of like my own identity. Just so people don't know me for the wrestling, they go, hey, by the way, did you know that Austin does this as well? So
No, definitely. And it's been fun to see because things have been really busy and exciting as the Gun Club have recently joined the Nightmare family. So
Yeah.
how psyched were you to kind of see these two families join forces on AEW and start kicking some ass?
Yeah, I think it's just it's like I have the knowledge of my dad and that's kind of all I had before, but now I'm in a family of just swimming in knowledge right now. You have Dustin Rhodes, you have Arn Anderson, you have Cody, you have my dad. It's ridiculous. It's
Yeah.
just I can I don't know. I don't know. It's just like we had that match. We debuted on Dynamite. We were in the main event, and that alone, being there with Cody and knowing his past, and he's a multi-generational wrestler, and being with Dustin and stuff backstage, and Arn being with me backstage, and just goes, "Hey, go out there and just have some fun." And that took my nerves from here to right here, and just kind of put me in the zone because it's they've been there before, but now they're watching me go through and be the rookie. Now I'm the rookie learning, and it's just really cool to be surrounded by such uplifting people. They're so positive all the time, and if I ever have any questions, they pull me to the side and either tell me what I can do better or tell me what I'm doing really well. So I think it's just a great opportunity for me to learn. And that's really it. I'm just in learning stage all the time, and it's great to be surrounded by the family like that.
It's important to go into it being humble and not thinking you know it all, because then it's like, what else are you going to learn? You know, where do you go
Yeah,
from there? So the fact just hearing it like directly from you, that you're just taking it day by day and learning and hoping to like be the best at the end. That's pretty cool to hear.
yeah. My dad raised me really well in that aspect. Is always be humble. Because if I wasn't, I'm sure I would get beat up at home.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, but yeah, he's always raised me very well. My mom has as well, and just keep a good head on your shoulders, and I think I'll be all right.
No, it definitely shows, man. Now, the last thing that I want to ask you about is the fact that I know before debuting for AEW, you actually had a specific playlist that you were listening to. So
Yeah.
the last thing I want to ask you about is if you could have any artist write some entrance music for you, who would you love to see do so, whether it's from that playlist or just in general?
Yes, shout out to The Weeknd because his new album, my favorite song on that album, there's a few of them, but the most uplifting, upbeat, my type of vibe is After Hours. And I've always thought about that. I've actually thought about that all the time. I was like, all right,
Hey.
what can I cater around my entrance music? I was like, the Gun Club, maybe like go a different route. Instead of the rock route, like how can we implement more of like the weekend vibes? So Mikey, who does our music for AEW, crushes everything. So I reached out to him and I was like, hey, I'm into music as well, and I can get to a studio like that. I play the piano as well. I can write a little riff or anything and send it to you and make at least a sample track, and then you do your thing. So me and Mikey collaborated on the Gun Club entry music, and tried to cater that around the weekend type vibes, like the futuristic synthesizers. But yeah, The Weeknd, I wish The Weeknd would make some of my music, or Drake. I mean, you can't go wrong with both.
I always say in this business, you never know what's going to happen. You
You
really
never
don't.
know.
So just keep those fingers crossed over there,
Yeah,
and
I am. I
maybe
hopefully
one
if I
day.
yeah, hopefully if I get a little more popular, I can just send a DM and go, "Hey, can you hop on this for me?"
Seriously, you never know. Well, I really
Yeah.
do want to say thank you so much for coming on here. It's been so lovely to catch up. It's about time. So just, yeah, thanks a ton and congrats on everything going on right
Yeah,
now.
thank you so much. And you've gotten so good at interviewing from when I first met you. So you're
Isn't it
crushing it
crazy?
too. It's great. It's great. You don't miss a beat. But thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
having me on. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Absolutely. Everybody, this has been the awesome Austin Gunn. Be sure to check him out on AEW. And when we do interview round two, and he's going to freestyle for us, and
There
visit,
we go.
oh yeah, and visit aliciatoot.com for more exclusive interviews and features. We will see you all next time. Bye, everyone.
See you later.